right, welcome back to another edition of Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers. My name is Chad Beard, and I'm a country music artist, content creator, and NASCAR superfan.
Super
Joined
fan.
as always
Mm-hmm.
by my illustrious co-hosts. Please hold on to your hats while I introduce them. He's got more flow than a leaky radiator and more attitude than a Denny Hamlin interview after a restart. He's equal parts Red Bull, bad decision, and hair gel. And if you leave your girl unattended, she might end up running her hands through his highlights. Give it up for the myth, the main, the legend, Rick, the follicle phenom, Kojan.
Oh, you said Rick the Maine. I get it like Mane.
Yeah, the
Chad, I
man.
love that intro, and I hold on to my hat. You said hold on to your hat.
You held
What's
on
up?
tight. You held on tight.
Hey,
Oh,
Chad, what's up?
what's happening, man?
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
They call
it gets better after me. Go ahead.
Oh, stop.
Way better.
they call him the Supreme Court because he passes judgment on everything, from your fantasy picks to your fashion sense, but he never objects to a cold beer. He's the human version of a late race caution, unpredictable, controversial, and guaranteed to ruin somebody's night. Whether he's fixing Hendrick's computers or breaking his own liver, the verdict is always the same: guilty of being a damn legend. Make some noise for Chris frickin' Justice.
That is badass. Guilty of being a
Are
legend.
you guilty of being a legend?
Guilty of being a legend. I'll
Keep
take
writing shit down
I'll
about
take-
you, and
I'll
then I
take
tell
that.
you this at track, and people are like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
Guilty of being a legend. That's in. I got it.
that's
That's
solid.
happening to
That
Talladega.
was a solid move right there.
I love at track Chris though, because like he's just in the hauler and then
I
he just
do too.
and then he just like cruises by like he's just so cool. He'll just cruise by and like bring you a drink and be like, "Sup, dude?" And then he's gone again. He's just like Batman. Literally just like at track
Listen.
Chris is the most elusive Chris. Like he just shows up and then he's gone like a fart in the wind.
Listen.
Well, I don't know about that, but listen, I got like 12 people on my tour this weekend, right? 4 of them, these wonderful, beautiful girls from Southern California. And I'm trying to stage for photos by the car. All of a sudden, there's Chris. Folds his arms. He's standing behind him. I'm like, hey, man. These ladies are like, do you know this guy? I'm like, oh, I know him well.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Oh
he
yeah.
kinda
I had to show you.
drifts
I
in
had to
and
show you
drifts
some
out.
love. I had to
You
show you
did.
some love pre-race.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
you two guys were at track in Las Vegas. I was the
Yeah.
only one not there this weekend, but how was
track?
how was it at track, fellas?
It was pretty good. It was a solid weekend. The weather was nice. A little windy. On Saturday.
Always out there on that Air
Yeah.
Force Base.
Yeah,
Always.
we had some good gusts of wind, and but no, it was a good time. Sun
Messes
was
up
out.
my hair.
Rick,
Friday had some biblical monsoons, but that's what happens when we come to town. It rains.
Rick,
Mm.
did you gamble in Vegas? I feel like it's made for you.
Yeah, so I did. And I'd be stupid on this podcast to admit if I was gambling on NASCAR. So let me just say I did gamble. I had a couple $100 going against Scooball for the Tigers, and that went my way when they won that. Other than that, I didn't gamble. I didn't gamble too much because I just, again, industry guy, that's taboo. So I figured betting on baseball is not bad. What does that got to do with our sport?
Now
Yeah.
you can get away with that one.
I like it.
And I love Vegas. I love the town. I love the track. And I'm going to now take a moment to say, I believe I said on a previous podcast, a great place to end the season with a championship would be in Charlotte. And I still stand by that comment. The moment you're done with a season or two, ending it in Charlotte, Chris, what do you think? End it in Vegas.
Oh,
Let
absolutely.
Vegas be the championship race.
Absolutely. It
Right.
it screams championship. I mean, you already have all the lights,
The
the
pomp, the
flashes.
circumstance. I
Everything's
got some
there.
pictures with the girls with the big headdress. Those,
Yeah.
like whatever. It was
Yeah,
the wind was
it
almost blowing
screams
them over. But
it screams championship.
Chad, put that up
Like,
on the podcast site thing, Wreckers, whatever we have, and see if fans agree. I think it'd be a great place.
Okay. I'll put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I got to hang out with my little guy this weekend. I picked him up and he said,
Kyle
Dad,
Larson fan.
he said,
Oh,
Dad,
yeah.
are we watching Ty Larson this weekend? And
Oh
I
yeah.
said, oh yeah, buddy. And then as I was taking him back, he said, Dad, I need you to record a video for Mr. Triss. And so he had me record a video. He said, Mr. Triss, while you were with my dad next weekend, can you please help him get me something cool from Ty Larson?
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Mr.
Got me on
Chris,
a mission.
Mr. Triss can definitely get something cool from Ty Larson because he's going to get something cool for me, and he's going to sign a limited edition car at Brickyard 400 Bank from Jeff Gordon's first victory there. So he'll take care of it
Yeah, we're gonna work all that out.
because he's connected. He's like he works for the super team. We get it. And speaking of your son and that car, how about that paint scheme? I know that can't be my checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers. Let me get it out there right now. How about that car in black and gold?
That thing was mean.
it was
looked real
interesting.
good,
It
didn't
kind of looked like your Wake Forest outfit tonight.
It does. It does. It's
Or
kinda
like
why
the
I threw
John
it on.
Player special, or like the 78 Smoky and the Bandit Trans Am. It's in my garage.
We was
Maybe I'm
coordinating.
just,
We
a
coordinated today.
homer, but it was bitching.
It was
Car was
definitely
cool.
a badass ride. The scheme
That
looked
car
great.
looked like
Yeah.
a car that should lead the most laps and win the race. And it did,
not.
one of two.
Yeah. It didn't
Yeah.
check all the boxes.
One of two.
I had to explain to him that the car was going to look different this week, which
Yeah.
is, I mean,
Did he
again,
not like it?
No, he was fine with it. I think he just, we had this discussion a few weeks ago, but he's, Kyle
Paint
Larson
schemes.
is one of the exceptions.
I know.
He can look for that car and he can find that 5 car.
And it didn't change. It's still the same sponsor, but they changed
Yeah.
the paint scheme.
Just change the
Right.
scheme. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, look, the car's black this week. It's not blue and white. It's black and gold. And so you kind of have to have those discussions. But
Chris, was that like something like 50 years a Hendrick or 150 grand they pay you, or what was it?
I don't know what that was all about, honestly.
Well, I know that,
Sure.
they did the thing in Chicago when we were there for the street race. Zach Brown Band played the Chicago race.
I know it has something to do with the Sphere out there.
Yeah, and Zach Brown is starting a residency at the Sphere in Vegas, and apparently he and Mr. Hendrick. I saw an interview with Zach Brown where he and Mr. Hendrick are apparently good buddies, and so he wanted to run a paint scheme to celebrate their Vegas residency. So that's kind of how that came about.
All good.
So
Super fan knows.
That's why he's on the show. He's the head, he's the podcast, he's the kingpin,
Whatever.
and he's got all the background information that you and I are like, I didn't know that. How many shows have you and I been on that we've been like, I didn't know that? Thank you, Chad.
anyways, all right, we got
the truth.
This week we are all going to be at track. We got some cool stuff going down this week. What we got happening?
That's right. We are finally here. The time has come, and it will be us 3 guys, podcasters, fan favorites, live 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on the NASCAR stage, experience stage, 9 a.m. with our guy Noah Gregson, live and in charge.
Sunday the
9
19th. Are my dates right?
Yeah, Sunday the 19th.
Okay. Just double check.
9 a.m. That
Sometimes
means we
NASCAR
cannot
fans
party
need
hard.
to know.
Cannot party hard on the boulevard Saturday
You
night.
keep saying that.
We got to get some sleep.
We're gonna get out there though. We're getting out there for sure. So we're getting some content of us out on the boulevard. 100%.
We are.
And Noah said we could, whip around on his golf cart. So I mean, we might as well.
And then there's
He's
that.
a giving guy like that.
Yes.
Maybe we can snag one of those Haas golf carts too. I don't know.
Yeah, and probably get me fired, but that's okay. Let's ride on Noah's. Sorry, Carl.
We'll get one of those Hendrick ones that have like the gold wheels and the.
Oh,
it comes with air conditioning.
Those
that
things are locked up
you
like
don't got to
Fort
let the window
Knox.
down for.
Those things are locked up like Fort Knox, you know?
Of course they are. They don't let that get amongst the commoners.
Nah, that's a no fun zone there when it comes to the carts.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be brought to you by our friends at Cord Buddy, like all our episodes are currently. Um, Man, we're going to have Travis there
He
in
should stop
person.
out at a race sometime.
He's going to be there this weekend.
It's almost
He's
like I
going to,
knew that.
yeah, he's going to be hanging out with us. He's bringing his son. We're going to have a table set up showing off some of the Cord Buddy products, Rick. We're going to get to demonstrate some of the
Oh,
products
Jesus
out.
Christ. I'm finally going to see one of these things on the neck of a guitar and have somebody show me.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a
So
revolutionary
yeah,
idea.
he'll have products there for us to check out. This is Travis's first race, so we're gonna have to do it upright for him.
That's shocking.
He's never been to a NASCAR race,
Oh, wow.
and so him and his son, this is their first race, so we're gonna make this a lot of fun for them. He's fired up. He's excited. Um, we're excited. I had a meeting earlier this week with NASCAR, and they're pumped up. The possibilities with this, I'll just say, are cool. I'm excited about that. And
Chris, he's having meetings with NASCAR. Like, are
I've
you even aware of this?
I've had multiple this week. If you want to know the truth,
Listen, you're our
um,
proxy. We
but
don't care. We trust you. I'm just like, well, I'm having meetings with NASCAR.
they are
It's like,
also,
Jesus Christ.
but thanks to the team at the NASCAR experience, because they man, those guys are so squared away
Oh,
and
yeah.
they are so detail oriented. Like they thought of things. I mean, I try to do a pretty good job of being squared away and having the details ironed out, and transitions and show notes, and making sure I'm thinking about how things are going to work.
Yeah.
These guys are a well-oiled machine.
And we're
And
talking about your guy, name drop, because he came on the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
Yeah.
our buddy Tyler May,
Absolutely.
who heads up that project. But his boss was on the meeting this week as well. And it was just, and there was the whole team was on there. So incredible just to talk through all that with them. They're putting the full production behind this. They are handling all the video. They're handling all the audio. They're handling all the NASCAR is producing this podcast. And
Nice.
then they are allowing us to use that podcast on our channel for all of our folks. And so
That's killer.
that's super cool.
That is.
And
Thank you for putting that together, Chad.
and
That's
they
awesome.
went one step further, because just the incredible people they are. They said, "Hey, if you can get us a Cord Buddy commercial, we will play a Cord Buddy commercial on the big screen. We'll hook it up." So we got them a commercial. They're going to play Cord Buddy commercials on the big screen. Super cool of them to do that and to help promote this product that we believe in so much.
Yeah.
You guys, please go check them out. Travis, it took a huge chance on a podcast that most people would not have taken a chance on, and put his name on it, his reputation on it. And so go buy yourself a Cord Buddy. Go buy yourself a Uke Buddy. Go check out their full line of products at cordbuddy.com, CHORD buddy.com.
Yeah, buddy.
Please tell them we sent you. Go over to their Instagram page. Go over to their Facebook page. Tell them that you heard about them from us here at Checkers Wreckers and What the Heckers. And we are so excited to be with them in Talladega. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that whole experience. I mean, I know they're going to love the podcast, and I can't wait to show them the track, and for us to be able to treat them like the VIPs that they are. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Lots of it. It's going to be
That's
badass.
awesome.
Can't wait.
Yeah. All right, fellas, it's that time. Let's
Is
get
it?
into some. Let's get into some three wide.
You wide.
3 wide.
3 wide.
All right, our first topic this week. NASCAR announced this week that they will move to a 750 horsepower engine in the cars on road courses and tracks under a mile and a half in 2026. Does this make racing better? Rick, you're up first.
Okay, so first you ask, does it make the racing better? First, let me digress. Nobody even knows what the horsepower is right now. The majority of the fans don't even know the current 2 horsepower packages we have. Do you know, superfan?
I know that we have a 550. I did know this. I had it written down, but no, what 550 is one of them, maybe, and what six something. I don't know.
Yeah, fantastic. And again, this wasn't done for the sake of making a mockery out of you. That's not my intention.
No,
I
I
love
know.
you like a brother. Yeah, we have a 510 horsepower package and a 670 horsepower package, and everybody gets caught up in these numbers. At the end of the day, it's about the product on the track. Now I'll answer the question. So that means 670 is going to 750. It's a manageable, appreciable increase that doesn't incur additional cost, doesn't question reliability or bring into question reliability. And the reason it's being done on tracks they're saying a mile and a half, so it's basically 1.33 Darlington and smaller, is because they're trying to make an impact on the get up off the corner power and put a little bit more driver control to his hands and his feet and possibly burning the tires up off the corner. Does it make the racing better? Is the racing that bad right now? I guess it is, because Mass Pop is, we need 1,000 horsepower. Just stupid. It's dumb. Let's take the 750. Let's see what it's going to do. It's an appreciable increase, but let's remember, we don't want to make something so crazy because we have a new manufacturer coming in, and you got to keep things within a box where if they're building to a succession program beyond trucks, they have something to work towards. So I'm all for it. I think it's great. Does it make it that much better? 33% increase. There's my answer. Go ahead, Chris.
I would agree to most of that. Definitely to your point of the drive off, the horsepower will make the difference there. But you have a lot of variables that play into that as well. If we don't have the tire packages that accommodate, right, then you're just still riding around. You won't notice the difference. But if they continue to bring tires with, the potential of fall off, you match the fall off with the increase in horsepower.
Yeah.
Now the driver has to
That's
drive
fair.
and manage all of that collectively. But if we just bring, what we have been in the past where the tire fall off is not noticeable, I don't think you're going to notice that you have the extra horsepower at all.
Yeah, that was
Fair.
kind of my thoughts too. I think Goodyear is doing a really good job right now in experimenting with these tires.
I agree.
They're doing everything and more that's being asked of them, as we've said on this time, to the detriment of their own product, to their own name. And so to that, I mean, I think that NASCAR does owe them a responsibility to seek avenues to show that they're doing things as well. Is this a magical fix for the passing or some of the aerodynamic challenges that we have with this car? No, I don't think that it's a magic fix. But again, to your point, Rick, it's something that we can try and we can do, and it's a step that does it. And it doesn't
It's
change.
a positive buzz in the right direction for the fans without the cost, if you will.
Right.
Or,
That's
the total retrofit.
the huge price tag or the
yeah.
And so I applaud NASCAR for doing steps. They're, the drivers have been begging for this. I like you were saying, Chris, I think, the drivers are saying, we want the ability for this to burn off the tires, or we want it to, create these situations where it puts more control in the driver's hands, and they feel like the combination of the tire and the added horsepower, Mike could do that. So, I applaud NASCAR for
Yep.
taking steps and for doing things and trying things. And at the end of the day, even if it doesn't, I mean, is more horsepower a bad thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, yeah,
You're in America, right?
yeah.
Where bigger is better, more horsepower, like it bigger is
Right,
better.
right.
So it sells. It's no
What's the
downside.
downside?
That's a
Yeah,
good point. There's no downside.
yeah. So yeah, I agree. I don't think that it's
Yeah.
necessarily a magic fix. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that it
Yeah, maybe
opens. Yeah, I hope it
maybe
opens
we're
up.
both wrong. I agree. I agree.
Maybe there's some kind of combination in all of this that unlocks some kind of key. I don't know. I've never claimed to be a mechanic or an engineer or a crew chief, or I talk on a mic. And so, but it would be cool, especially for road courses and some of these, short tracks, because and we've talked about this. I don't want to see these short tracks lose their dates
Of course not.
because they can't
Yeah.
put on a good
No, of
show.
course not. Of course
But and again, Goodyear, Goodyear's knocking it out of the park. So can't applaud those guys enough. So kudos to NASCAR for doing their part as well. All right, Ricky, this is, well, for both of
This
you
is
really,
fun.
because this
What are we
affects
doing?
both of you.
Something
The
special?
second, yeah, the second question in this segment here. Last week at the Roval, there was
Okay.
speculations that Alex Bowman from Hendrick, and Cole Custer from the Haas factory team participated in race manipulation after odd radio transmissions on their channel. And if you go back and listen to those radio transmissions,
And you did because you're a
yes,
super fan.
I,
So tell
I
us what they
did.
were.
So, I mean, you had things like, the spotter being asked, "Hey, do you have your watch on? Hey, let's,
I
we're on
believe
the."
officially it was check your watch, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. What it was, do you have your watch on? Whatever was the thing, and then it was, hey, we were on the last lap. The leader had already taken the white flag, and I think there were similar messages to both guys of, hey, don't burn up your tires in case we have a restart, when there's no possibility of a restart after the
When
leader
you're on the
takes
white
the
flag.
white
Yeah, on the
flag.
white.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then in the Xfinity series, NASCAR gave Connor Zillage's team a warning for simply telling him the points situation. Um, NASCAR came down really hard after Martinsville last year. We all know what happened there with the line of cars that
Blocking.
didn't
Yeah,
move,
the
and
blocking.
the not passing people,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Man,
And they told
OEM
them,
blocking.
yeah, they told the manufacturers, hey, we're gonna do this, this, and this if things happen. Um, is NASCAR now going too far, and how should teammates, manufacturers be able to help each other in these situations? I'll start with you, Chris.
Let's see. Go too far. Maybe not. I mean, we have been in a situation. We go back to Cole Custer back a few years ago where he got a hefty penalty there for some radio transactions that were questionable. But it come down to interpretation. Is it bad to say, I mean, somebody's miscue of don't burn your tires off if there's a caution? I mean, is that really manipulating anything? Right?
Well,
Um,
I think how that was translated was, don't pass the guy in front of you, because that's going to change. That's going to put out a Ford, or that's going to put out a Chevy, in regards to Chastain and Logano.
yeah,
And
but that's also interpretation, right? I mean, you say don't burn your tires up just in case you need a restart. That means you need to save some goody goody for the restart.
But his
right,
point
but
is it's
there,
a white flag. There is no chance of a
That's what I
there's no,
restart.
said. But I said that's what I said. That was a miscue there right, of knowing this situation. So, yeah, I can see both sides of that, right? Um, as far as the what was the Zillich deal,
Yeah, he got in trouble. His team got in trouble,
I
got a
think
warning
that's
from
corny.
NASCAR
I think
just
that's corny. Like everybody should better talk about the point situation, right? Like it's a big deal. It's there for a reason. We have these stages, if you will, or these 12, 16, 12, 8. You got to know the points and you got to talk about it at some point, right? Um, I just think they overreact in most of these situations, but they have to as being the enforcers, right? So they got to have a presence. They got to be the bully of the situation and kind of put their thumb on it, just to keep people in check because as teams, we will push that envelope. So if you give us an inch, we'll take the mile, and it's been proven. So they have to be a little aggressive in what they say and how they manage things to try to keep it somewhat under control.
Ricky.
I think it's fantastic. I think the fact that OEMs are trying to help OEMs and we're talking about it and all this drama comes up, I freaking love it. And the fact that it is so subjective, which is what the problem is, and we are not going to rush to judge and be like, I think there should be a rule. Like, what's the rule? What's too much? Here's the deal. Why don't we just change the point system and go back to straight points? Then none of this will matter in these cutoff races, and we can just all be asleep for the whole race. That'll solve it. I think it's amazing. I think it's great. And I know I'm on an island here, and I don't give a shit because I think it's really cool. And you're going to see, stay tuned into this. I have something in the Checkers Records and What the Heckers where this very thing happened with a Hendrick car, and I'm going to black helicopter it and ask my esteemed brother there about his opinion about it. When are you racing at 110%, which is what they say? You can't race 110%, it's 100. Or are you racing at 90%? Just because at that particular moment, it may benefit a teammate, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott. So I'm totally cool with it. When it goes too far, then you let the sanctioning body come in and step in. We are a long, long way from Formula One, who's like, you have to move over and let him pass. Okay. We're a long way from that. The reason we're talking about this is because this playoff system is so exciting and each of these points and positions matters. Please don't take this away from us. What you got, super fan?
Well, I think that I get there are extremes of everything, right? We can go extreme one way, we can go extreme the other way.
Yep.
Um,
And then they got to
we,
step in, right?
right. We have
And they did on the blocking, and they did with the Hail Melon, and they.
right.
I get it.
We've seen, we've seen
Yep.
the Cole Custer thing that you talked about a few years ago. We
Yep.
saw Spingate. We saw all these other things. There's extremes, but at the same time, you can't intentionally create a situation and then punish guys for trying to handle the situation that you intentionally created.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
NASCAR asked for this, or they signed up for this.
Yep.
They co-signed with their TV partners to create this.
Mm-hmm.
And so how are you then going to tell a guy that or a team they can't even discuss where their teammates
Yeah,
are in
not
points?
discussing points like that, like Chris said, that's absolute bullshit.
Yeah, total
Yeah.
bullshit.
I mean, again, to the point, if you can look at it and you can look at SMT data or you can look at whatever else and you can say this guy did this, and I mean, first of all, what's the point of having teammates if you can't help each other? I mean, I'm not saying,
Amen.
I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not
What's
saying,
called
Yeah, don't wreck
teammates.
each
Yeah.
other. Don't wreck other cars that
yeah,
are against
there,
your teammates. I get that, but yeah,
again, there's extremes of everything. We don't
yep,
need to be egregious with stuff, but
yep.
what's the problem? I- If I don't pass that car, what? I don't pass that car. I mean, what I don't understand how that's you're not I don't know. I just don't think that's that big a deal. And again, NASCAR created this situation, so you can't also complain about a situation that you intentionally created.
Hey, the three of us, we're Team Bearden. We're running in a Legends race. It's Charlotte. I'm fifth. You're sixth. I have a spotter. You don't in a Legend race. It's like, hey, Chad's got more points, man. He finishes fifth. He gets $100,000 bonus. Okay. Want to know what I'll do? I'll drive it into 3 and 4 a little too hard. Oh, it pushes up.
Washed up.
Chad sneaks underneath me and gets fifth. And guess what? We're having a beer later. Because you help teammates. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. Two, I do want to talk a little bit further since you kind of led back into this, Ricky. And so I sat on this all week and I thought about this all week because we had quite the
It's been brewing.
we had no, not brewing, because I feel like at the
I
end
think
of,
it was fun.
no, I agree. And while we have completely different opinions and outlooks on it,
Yep.
again, like we talked about last week, I think there are compromises to be made. And so I put together a few questions that I would like to ask you.
Was this in the script?
It was not.
Oh,
But
son of a
I
bitch.
knew he was
Son of a bitch.
I knew he was going to open the door. It's like in
All
court,
right,
you know,
listen,
you can
here's
only
what I'm going to say.
you can only
Here's what I'm going to
present
say.
certain.
Right now, I am, since this is being sprung on me and you are being over the top and egregious, I now appoint Supreme Court Justice as my lawyer. Go ahead with the questions.
Wait a minute.
No. Go ahead.
Hold on. This is kind of fun because I think
It is fun.
Chris needs to be the judge in this situation.
Okay.
And I am at this point, I am calling you as a witness, and I would like to ask you a series of questions. And at this point, let me give me this latitude here. So I would like you to just answer the questions at this point, and then at the end, we can talk through it. We can debate it, however you want to do it. Supreme Court Justice, you keep everything in the rails and don't let us go off.
So,
maybe as far as we
did you intentionally give me a bottle of number one tequila before with our special guest star that we shot before you did this? I feel like
No.
I'm being set up and you're
listen,
kind of pissing me off, but I'm going to give you some latitude here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, number one, I appreciate the latitude.
Okay.
Number two, I wrote these questions down and I wasn't sure if I was going to even broach this again or not.
Let's broach it. Get broaching, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Get broaching.
So here is
I think now our 200 people might grow to 250. Let's go.
All right,
broach me up.
So here is my series of questions. The first one is a 1A, 1B. Would you say that the cars in the cup field right now, the entire field, is more competitive than it's ever been in the history of NASCAR? From 1 to 38 or 40, however many cars are in the field for a particular event.
I'll give you a 50% answer. We have 14 unique winners.
Wait a minute. No, let's don't get that. You're moving ahead of me.
What? Now I can't even answer the goddamn questions.
I think he just wanted a yes or a no.
Sucks. Oh, he wants a yes or a no?
Yeah. Do you think it's more competitive or not?
As compared to what?
Is the field as an entire field?
Yeah.
Are these cars from 1 to 38 or to 40, however many cars we have in the field, are these cars all more competitive than they have ever been in the history of NASCAR?
Yeah, on a pace per lap and a qualifying, I think it gets documented that the field is tighter on most tracks than it's ever been.
So would you say there's more parity in Cup than there is in Xfinity or trucks?
More parity in Cup.
In cars, in the cars themselves, maybe like, well, even in drivers, because most drivers
well,
are,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
certainly we've got a couple, and this is a unique year. We got a couple standouts in truck and Xfinity this year that are kind of ripping the roof off. But 14 winners is not our best, but the next gen car is still doing a good job at not making this series about Max Verstappen winning 20 of 22 races. Yes.
Okay. Do we have more unique winners in the Cup Series than we ever have before?
No.
When was a time when we had more?
We had 17 one year. I don't know the exact year, but we're doing good. Like I said in the last question, see previous comment, check with my Chief Justice. We had 17 one year. Go ahead.
Okay. Is there anyone in the Cup field who is a clear runaway right now?
So this is being discussed, and I would support this, that for the first time in this playoff structure, we're now in a round of 8. This is a group of 8 that's tighter than ever, and people are having problems picking out a clear-cut favorite. However, as I schooled you all last week, there is a clear-cut favorite if we are running on straight points, which is William Byron. Go ahead.
Okay. And just for a little bit of clarity before I get to this next question, so that people know, because a lot of times, like before this last race, I looked up. So the way we score points currently is different than how points were scored in the Winston Cup points days.
Yeah.
Prior.
So I left
prior
my
to-
notes. I left my notes at work. I'll try to go from memory. In 1972, I believe when Winston Cup became the sponsor, because after you and I went like toe to toe and had our fun, down goes Frazier. I think it was 1972 when they adopted this straight cut point system. Then I want to say it was 2003-ish or 4-ish.
2004.
Yep. Thank you. And it was 1 year after Matt Kenseth was a single race winner, but had the most points. We went to the chase format, and then the chase format has been adapted, I should say, a couple times. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I say that because we have now changed how you can occur points, because I did, there is a site where you can go and look at the season of how it would be right now if we were
I
still
looked it up too on who
under
would
the
be straight points winners.
Right. Well, not under the Winston Cup points system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because what you don't understand, and this is how we came to the realization when I don't want to say schooled, let me just say educated you in my Supreme Court justice on what the real fucking points were, because I happen to keep them every year in our Cleveland NASCAR Fantasy League.
Yeah, right. But what I'm saying, you did give us what the current points
straight
are
points.
this year.
No, but on straight points.
Yes. Listen, what I'm saying is how a driver can accrue points in 2025.
Yeah, you mean accrue, but yes.
Yes. How you can gain points in 2025 is different than you could get points prior to 2004.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So there were no stages.
Right. There were all
saying, and there was no playoff point for winning said stage. So fair.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So like it's for instance, and it's not a fair comparison because guys aren't chasing those same things, right? Or obviously, if they were going off the Winston Cup system, they would
if you have nothing to race for at the 33% mark and the 66% mark, then you can just sleep and
hold on a
snooze
minute.
and try to accrue points.
Hold on 1 minute.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. I'm trying to
Judge.
I won't talk.
Good.
So I'm saying all that to say it's not exactly a fair comparison to say that. I mean, I'm going to tell you what the point standings would look like if we were using Winston Cup. But again, guys aren't chasing those same things. So under the Winston Cup system, just for an example, like you would get a point for leading a lap,
Hmm.
things like that.
Yes.
That
Yes.
we
And to
that we
be
don't
clear,
do
you'd have
anymore.
no stages and
Right.
none of that. So you would get your point for leading a lap, and you'd have straight points from first down to 40th. We'll just say that. And you'd have no 5-point bonus for winning. Go ahead.
Right, right.
We agree.
So if we were going by that system, and again,
Okay.
understanding that this is a bit skewed because guys aren't chasing that because
Yeah, they're
that's not the
racing
current
with
price.
different
Right.
methodologies, but I
Yes.
appreciate what you're
Yes.
coming with. Go ahead.
So before Vegas, this graphic that I got is before Vegas. So currently, Christopher Bell would be the points leader under the old Winston Cup system, with
Interesting.
Chase Briscoe in second, Chase Elliott third, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, and Chris Buescher 9, Joey Logano at 10.
So can you give me just real quick? I wasn't writing. Can you give me him again? Bell.
Yeah.
I heard
So
Briscoe.
yeah, Bell, Briscoe, Elliott.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Larson, Byron,
Mm-hmm.
Blaney.
Hold on. Larson, Byron, Blaney. Yep.
Sorry, I was trying to get into a rhythm with you.
You're wearing me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me 2 more.
Hamlin, Reddick.
Stop. I'm good right there.
Okay.
So
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just gave me 8 drivers.
all right. So
7 of the 8 are in the current round of 8. Please proceed with your point.
okay. All right. Here is my question to you, because we talked last week about compromises, different things. I said, hey, I understand we're probably never going to go back to the 38 race points system, right?
Yeah, the straight chase, let's call it, established in 72. Yep.
Yeah. My question to you is, and this is hypothetical, and is there a world where you could see, taking into consideration that how with the parity of the cars that we currently have, with all the unique winners that we currently have, how close everything is right now, is there a world where you could see a point system that kept things interesting in a 38 race format, that maybe made this thing even more interesting in the ability, again, I understanding that you may have to adjust the points, how you award points, right?
Right.
But where at the end of the year, even though you aren't doing a playoff, that you would have more drivers who would be eligible to still be the champion, if that makes sense. So is there a way where you can balance the point system to where you can earn these points, and these points are awarded, where we come down to 5 races left, and maybe there are a bunch of guys that are still fighting for a championship, and not just 4 guys or not just 8 guys, that this, if they could roll off 2 or 3 wins, and that could vault him in that. Is there a world where you see that could happen?
So you've had many questions for me. Before I answer that question, I have one for you.
Okay.
Is it egregious if Christopher Bell doesn't win this year?
No.
Is it egregious if Chase Briscoe doesn't win this year?
No.
Chase Elliott?
If he doesn't win? No.
Yeah. Is it egregious?
No.
Kyle Larson?
No.
William Byron?
No.
Ryan Blaney?
No.
Denny Hamlin happens to already be in the championship 4. I'm going to take that as a yes. Are you offended That Tyler Reddick is not in it.
No.
Okay. That gets a scratch. I'm sorry, I don't remember what your question was.
Okay, so I'm willing to compromise.
I'm pretty
but
good. No, I'm
you're,
not. It's not a compromise thing. I think we have the same thing.
but
You just gave me the points.
No, I understand. I
So
understand.
yes, I'm good.
Asking,
If you want to keep if you're going to return what we presently have now, and you just want to re-swizzle it, and I get the same thing, and you're not pissed off about Tyler Reddick, go knock yourself out. And then at that point, I would ask the Honorable Justice, why are we even bothering to fucking change it?
Okay, let me submit this piece of evidence
Sure.
About last year's champion.
Yes.
Last year's.
Yes, let's take that one out of there who got in there when he shouldn't have got in because Hendrick, sorry, Chris, cheated.
I wasn't there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, not your fault. Go ahead, Chad. Sorry.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I've said.
Yeah.
I'm willing to talk and compromise. I feel like I laid out a pretty decent. I mean, all I'm saying is there a scenario where it makes it super exciting if more than 4 people at the end of the day could still have the possibility of winning a championship?
Yes, as long as it's the same 8 that's currently, well, it was actually 7 that's currently on this system, go change your heart away.
Okay.
I'm good. That was really fun. That's cool. I'm glad they lined up like that because what that tells me is the system works. It's rewarding the right people. And at this point, unless you're a massive Christopher Bell fan who is leading by, and you didn't give me what points he's leading by, we've already established, and you agreed, and I'll go to the Honorable Justice from Wake Forest. It's the tightest, closest round of 8 with no clear-cut winner. Let them run, baby. Let them run.
I think we entered last weekend with 8-point differential. I think it was 8 points.
Yes.
8 points.
Yeah.
And that was a good run right there.
That was fun.
Okay.
Court's adjourned.
Thank you, number 1 tequila, for the confidence to get through that. Where's my man Alex Raimundo when I need him? Alex, come back.
Let's get into some checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers, and try to get this thing done before midnight.
Checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
What the?
Come on.
All right, let's talk Xfinity Series. Chris, you're up first with checkers.
Listen, checkers, this is a alley-oop. This is an A and a B. Shout out to the 19 Joe Gibbs and Eric Almirola. But I also want to shout out the racing itself. You had 15 lead changes over 9 drivers in that event. Yeah, I mean, it was good battling. It was a good battles up front all day. You had the 88, the 2, the 21, the 41, the 19. I mean, you had some good battles early in that race and throughout that race. But yeah, that's me. My checkers is the 19 winning is an A, and then the good quality racing that it produces my 1B.
Ricky?
Easy, and not just trying to be that guy. 107 laps led. Eric Almirola drives a great race, dominated. But here's where I'm going to divert a little bit. And my checkers does not go to him. It should, and Chris already covered it. It doesn't go to him just because of the things I just said. Do you want to know why it goes to him? Because he wasn't a playoff car. And you want to know why I wave the checkers on that? Because it don't mean shit. And he is a scratch, as we were calling it in the pits at the Xfinity race when I was working for my man Super Mayor. He's a scratch. Yeah. And that is a great way to be. And what I mean by a scratch,
no one's locked in.
He doesn't affect the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, okay. Good win. Congratulations. Let's all collect our points and see what happens at Talladega. That's why I'm waving my checkers on Almirola.
Yeah. And I thought it was cool that he was running JD Gibbs on the nameplate. That was a
Well, he does that all the time, doesn't he? When he runs that young blood car, I thought he did.
That Young Life, you mean?
Young life.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think that goes with the Young Life.
Yeah, I think that
It's-
goes up on the sill, Chad. I think it
Gotcha.
does.
That's
Yeah.
I may just be the first time I've noticed it, but that was cool.
It's
I
cool,
thought
and it's
really cool.
meaningful, and it's that is cool. That's
Yeah.
legit.
My checkers, I have a 1A, 1B, but I'm gonna give a checkers to we were kind of down on him last week, but Corey Day scores a 4th place finish and keeps the car clean. No, he didn't tear it up at all. How about that? And my 1B was Sheldon Creed. He had some issues earlier, marched back through the field and just drove a heck of a race. I was pretty impressed by that run.
Could you do me a favor?
Yes.
And this is clear that we don't get together on this. Could you footnote your checkers on Corey Day and just say Rick will speak on that later?
Rick will speak on that later. So let's get to some wreckers, Rick, while you're speaking.
All right. And this is kind of crazy, but I am going to wreckers. I'm sorry to say, my own Haas factory team. And I'm going to tell you why. So within the context of this race, okay, neither Sam nor Sheldon led any laps. Okay. There were no stage points for Sheldon, although, listen, Chad, I love you to death for documenting his comeback. At one point, the car was so bad in the beginning, and again, I'm working in Sam's pit, but I knew that he pitted. They didn't even change tires. He pitted just to make adjustments because the car was so bad. So God bless him for coming back. Sam managed 2 8th places, which equated to 6 points of stage points. Let me share this with you, okay? Laps led beyond Eric Almirola. Zilich, 34. Allgaier, 28. Jesse Love, 22. You don't got to look it up. I already did. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me share something else. Stage finishes. Zilich, 2nd and 3rd. Allgaier, 4th and 4th. Jesse Love, 3rd and 2nd. What this is and why this is a wreckers is because when you're in it and squeezing this down to round to 8, if you ain't leading laps and you ain't getting stage points and the scratch Almirola takes a race off the board, this is how you fall behind to the cut line. Sam's +8, Sheldon's -21. For us, it just underscores the fact that you have got to run up front and score stage points. I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah, my wreckers went to Jesse Love and Nick Sanchez.
Yeah.
They tangled up on the closing laps. Love felt like Sanchez was overly aggressive with him, accused him of trying to wreck him. They got in a pretty heated confrontation, I guess, on pit road, and Jesse gave him a little girly push there at the end. But
yeah, I saw it.
I mean, that
A
was
little bit.
kind of weak.
Wasn't much.
And then
I
the
could
crew members are like, touch him again. So
it's funny that all this is caught, Chris, because I don't even think about it, because as a playoff car, we have to, and I know you're not out there for Xfinity, but we have to go out there, and playoff cars are corralled. Whatever.
You're staging your own section. Yeah.
Correct. They're saying, and you stay there, and it's like you got to wait for CW Network, Sirius XM, Front Stretch, blah, blah, blah. You got to wait for them to mosey on down to get their time with your driver, and you don't want to give that up. But when you're out there, you see these things that, like Chad was talking about. I'm like, wow, what's going on over there? It's funny.
Yeah.
Chris?
I have my records with the whole Sanchez love thing there at the end of the race too. That was my records. Sorry. Was those two having their differences there.
My Heckers was Connor Zillage's kind of meltdown on the radio. I think that's the first time we've seen him kind of lose his crap, yelling at his team, just not yelling at his team in a like we've seen with some other guys and like a blaming them, but just literally like coming apart about how bad his car is and just all the things as he's coming around. And then he comes around and takes the flag and he's just like, he's literally like in the middle of losing his mind and it's just like a switch flips and he's like, sorry guys. But I think that's the first time because he's so good. I mean, obviously his racecraft is so good and he's so good in interviews and so polished that sometimes you forget that he's a 19-year-old kid.
19-year-old.
Yeah.
And
Young
you
gun.
don't expect that from him. So kind of my what the heckers was I was just kind of thrown off by listening to that radio traffic and hearing him kind of melt down the way that he did. That was my heckers. Chris?
My heckers was Corey Day finishing fourth with the fender still on it.
Are you kidding me right now?
Rick, what's your heckers?
What the fuck are we doing? No, let Chris talk.
No, listen, that's what I got. I mean, I'm glad the guy finished with the fenders on it. You know. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal it, but Rayvon's thinking
I
like,
swear to God, we do
wrong?
not pre-show these shows.
No, we don't.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So my heckers, and I'm doing this for my man. I'm shouting it out again to my man, Matt Haas. He's a legit fan. He's a legit fan of this podcast. He's like, Rick, he's like, was it you or was it Chad that was dogging on Corey Day and saying he never finishes a race with the fenders on the car? And I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you're right. You're right. I go, I'm going to make my heckers. I'm going to say, listen, I'm an idiot. I don't know anything about NASCAR. I apologize to Corey Day. Even though he led no laps, which is not the point, he had one finish of 9th in the stage. He kept it clean all day. He ran up front, and I apologize officially, even though Chris stole my thunder, for making him my wreckers from the week before. I'm sorry, Corey Day.
Sorry, I led with that as my checkers.
I can't believe. Well, that's why I wanted you to footnote it.
Yeah,
and I didn't know Supreme Court justice even saw that on the radar.
Yeah,
we don't compare notes.
God, all right, let's talk.
Anyway, that was fun. That was actually fun that it worked out that way.
We don't compare notes at all. But yeah,
let's
that was
cool. Let's talk Cup, Ricky.
I hope people think we are legit. Yeah, you got it. So checkers, Cup, Hamlin. 60th win. He gets emotional. They dedicate it to his father. I hear his father's ill. I don't know if he thought his father, it meant a lot to him for his father to see his 60th win. He's 3 behind Superfan's favorite driver. He's now advanced to the final 4, and all eyes are going to be on this like elephant in the room, which is like, can Denny Hamlin win his first championship?
Can he win it?
Right. And I would take it just a little step deeper and say, listen, the dude started 6th on that final restart. And we're, chit-chatting in the pit box. And everybody's like, oh, so and so, so and so, and so and so. I think it was Brad. I know it was Briscoe and somebody else. Like, I don't know, maybe we're on 2 tires. Oh, Larson's got it. He's the first guy on 4 tires. And Chris, I'm not coming at you, but Larson, who led 129 laps, and you don't have to look it up because I already did. That was the odds-on favorite to win the race right at that point. If you had a DraftKings betting line, and we're not allowed to bet on NASCAR.
Yeah,
we are allowed to drink tequila though.
we are.
Number one. It says a lot about Denny Hamlin that like he didn't just win that race from 6th place on the restart. He had 2 4th place finishes in the stages. He only led 9 laps. He overcame a slow stop. He didn't mother F his pit crew.
Nope.
And he beat Kyle Larson at his own game to win this race. Listen, that last stop when the jack fell, I also heard the record showing on his right front. There are a lot of factors at Denny Hamlin. This is a different Denny Hamlin, and I'm not saying he's going to win it because, as we know from Chad, and I'm not making fun of Chad, he's in the final 4 and he could blow a tire on the first lap and blah, blah, blah. I'd be out of it. But goddamn, he deserves his spot, and kudos to him for that finish at Vegas. That's my checkers.
Yeah, and he definitely, I feel like, has the momentum, right? I mean, he seems to be clicking right now. Not just because he won this week, but it does it does feel different, right?
It does.
And so he was part of mine. So you know, again, all the things you just said, and in the way that he reacted to that win,
Yes.
the sincerity in that win,
Yes.
and I think because of that, my other part to that checkers is how the fans appreciated his reaction to that, because at least on TV, I wasn't there. You guys were there in person. Typically, anytime Denny wins, you hear all the boos.
Yeah.
All the boos.
But, and he comes at it with a different kind of, you know,
He's
11 against the world, bravado. I beat all your drivers, right? It's a different bravado.
Right.
I agree, Chad.
He got out. You could tell like he was so emotional. 60 meant everything to him.
It really did.
I mean, he said it for the last couple of years. He wanted to get to 60. And then for the last little bit with everything that's going on with his dad and his declining health, it was, you know, I think he really wanted his dad to be able to see that 60th win and for him to reach that benchmark. And whether or not he wins a championship, I think for him, that was everything.
I agree.
His dad to get to see.
I agree. And I think that actually lessens the load on him, Chad, to
100%.
go and win that championship and just be like, yeah, I'm comfortable in my skin if I don't.
I agree. I think Denny's playing with house money.
Agreed.
Agreed. But I do want to, like, I thought it was cool of the fans to also reward that reaction, because all I heard was cheers. Like, and that's the thing, like, even if you're not a Denny fan in this sport, like, you appreciate excellence. Like, this doesn't come
of the accomplishment.
This doesn't come along often. 60 Cup wins
is a big
Cup
number.
wins,
a lot.
All with the same team. And I know we've highlighted that on a previous podcast. Somebody did. That's a big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah, for sure. And
the majority of it with FedEx. And isn't that a fucking kick in the nuts? If what is he, like 1 or 2 years removed from FedEx? He wins the
2 years, I think. So I just thought that the interaction with Denny and the fans, and in that moment, they allowed him to have that moment. They celebrated him and allowed him to feel all the emotions of the moment. And I thought that was cool. That's my checkers.
No, I had 11 too. I had 11 as a checker. To Rick's point, he had that pit stop. Was it like 50 to go? I think it was, where he had to slow pit stop for
Yeah,
him to
you're
battle
exactly. Yeah,
back.
48 to go. Yep, that was it.
Yep, for him to battle back and win from 6 on that restart. I mean, he had to go around some good cars. Even though it was on 2, there was still some good cars he had to pass.
He did.
And he did it, and he battled hard. And he, you know what I mean? It was a good salute. Got to tip my hat to that guy.
We all had, in fairness, Chris, we all had Larson as our winner. I mean, that would have been the consensus in the number 41
I was sitting there
box.
like, go get him. Go get him. Go right.
Yeah.
And then I look and I see the 11 at his bumper. And I was like, ball game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I was gonna add something to that.
You okay?
You've
been drinking number 1 tequila?
I've
call
not,
Alex. Chad's drinking.
No, the other thing, I just think that he, I remember what I was going to say. You talked about that pit stop, and we were talking about the difference in Denny Hamlin this year. In years past, everybody's, the running joke became with Denny, like, at some point, Denny's going to start Dennying. Denny's going to have the meltdown. He gets to this point, and then he finds a way to lose the championship. Nobody can lose a championship like Denny Hamlin. And it's been this theme over and over again. There's always been something, right? Like something goes wrong, and he loses his crap, and everything just the wheels fall off.
Yeah,
still time.
I think there's still time, but it just seems like his approach this year. Normally in years past, that bad pit stop would have derailed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you got a good point.
Like his head would have been out of it. He would have not have finished that race.
Yes.
And so I've never seen a more just laser focused Denny Hamlin. And we talked about this a few weeks ago, what he's willing to do in the car right now with his own team. With anybody out, like he is, his one laser focus has been 60 wins. I'm gonna get 60 wins, and he's done it. And to your point, Rick, I think it just relieves all the pressure, and I think he can go out and just look for a win at Phoenix and try to win a championship. And he can, it would not surprise me for Denny Hamlin to, ride in the back at Talladega and wait for a moment. We've saw him do that before, and then he's been great at Martinsville. He's
which he doesn't even need. Like that's a buy.
Right.
Like they can just focus on
Phoenix now.
Phoenix. And
I agree with you, but I also think in the mindset that Denny's in right now.
Oh, maybe he knocks these next 2 down so he gets to 63.
Well, no, I don't think. I mean, I don't think he goes on a tear, but I mean, he could. I don't necessarily see him winning at Talladega, but I think there's a real chance that he could win at Martinsville, and I think there's a chance he could win at Phoenix. So anyways,
one of my buddies, real quick, in our Cleveland Fantasy League, my buddy Big Mike Conforti tells me at the beginning of the year, big Denny fan, been a fan forever, right? When I first moved here in 21, he comes down, and we're at Boatyard Lake Norman. You guys all know where that is, the music place. Yeah. Hamlin's there. He's hanging out. There's a bunch of drivers. I think it was there was a vodka sponsor. Do you remember, Chris, the Stuart Haas vodka sponsor on the 41 car? Not Goose, not some. There was anyway. So we get invited. You'll think of it. We'll get invited this in 21. There's a bunch of NASCAR drivers. I take my buddy there. He comes down from Cleveland. Hamlin's at the bar, and he's yucking it up with a bunch of places. He's like, oh, it's Denny Hamlin. He's totally like star fucking him, right? He's like, I'm going to get his picture. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's Denny Hamlin, right? And this is what I'm thinking in my mind. He's like, oh, man, I don't know. He's like, I want to get his picture. Taps him on the shoulder. Hamlin turns around. He's like, I'm sorry, man, to interrupt you. He's like, can I get a picture? I take the phone. Denny takes the picture. Cool as fucking can be. So I will say this, like the persona that Chad's talking about, that he's kind of tore apart and had all the fans cheering for him, it's in there. And I swear to God, if he actually wins a championship this year, then piss on my buddy Big Mike for not putting money on him on DraftKings or whatever, but it could happen. So I don't know. But that's just a cool off track, outside in social circles. Denny Hamlin, I think he's a much better guy than most people give him credit for.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. My wreckers was Ty Dillon turning left from the right-hand lane at 20 miles an hour in the fast lane with no turn signal. And holy crap, did the 24 smack him.
Obliterated him.
I mean,
Holy God.
destroyed.
I mean,
no hand signal, no nothing.
and when did that become not a thing? Like, I understand you got spotters communicating, but how hard is it to put your hand out the window? I mean,
yeah, but to that point though, like the spotters, I mean, sometimes the spotters can't communicate with the other spotter, right? So,
and that's what
back
I'm
to your
saying.
point,
Like, when
the driver
when
has to do that part.
right? Oh, and how hard is that? He said, I told my spotter to tell them that we were pitting. My spotter was supposed to tell them. Great. Like, your spotter can still do that. Why is this hard? Like, again, I'm not driving a car. I don't know. But we've been doing this for decades to let people know you're going to pit road, especially if you're going to pit road way after the cycle has been completed. I mean, that was a monstrous wreck, and it's a wonder those guys. I mean, thank God for the safety advances in NASCAR, because that could have been ugly. That was my wreckers. Chris, you're up.
That was mine too. What the hell was the 10 car doing? You got everybody running leaders, everybody running 200 miles an hour faster than you on the bottom. And like, he's just sitting there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, I'm not just saying that to be a homer, because we was running fucking fantastic at that point. But it's just racing. Like, get out the way, put the hand out, let the guy know you're pitting, and just to have no communication, it's bad.
Yeah. Ricky?
My wreckers is minus 15 points. And that is what William Byron is below the cut line right now.
Yeah, minus 15.
Minus 15 points.
Came in, what, plus 24, plus 37 or something to that point?
I will tell you this. And Chris, I think same thing goes for you. When you leave the track there's a unique thing where you go back to the Thomas and Mack Center and you start to get on the charter planes and you have to get on this bus. Don't ask me why it happens at this track. But
no room for rental cars.
Correct. And the bus seats like, 60 people, and they put 80 on our bus. And I heard college guys talking, and I'm just going to tell you all what I heard because there's only 200 people that listen to our podcast. The dude said he was running, shouting, waving his hand, and I'm talking about their spotter, and basically trying to get the attention that they were pitting. So there was a clear breakdown in communication, which, back to Chad's point, begins with how about the hand out the window, right? Which to begin with. And I thought, like, he was like, that 10 was so far down and on such a different pit strategy. And I know he didn't think he was far up out of the racing line. I think everybody else who watched the race, including William Byron, thought, what the hell are you doing so high on the track? Listen, minus 15 points is my wreckers, because if we have this conversation that continues through Talladega and Martinsville, just remember, minus 15 points.
Yeah, the spotter, Byron spotter, traveling home, was saying that the guy was waving his hands, and he's like, what the fuck does that mean?
I heard that. So that's exactly what I heard on the rental bus.
Yeah. He said, I don't know what does that mean? He said, I have no idea what that means. You're waving your hands in the air. What is that? That doesn't tell me.
Dude, that backs up what I heard.
Yes.
Thank you. That's exactly
came from the spotter. He was like, I don't know.
I'm just sitting there quiet as shit. You know what I mean?
He was ear hustling.
That's your word. I love that. Ear hustling.
Ear hustling. But yeah, he was like, I don't know what you waving your arms mean. What does that mean?
I was ear hustling.
Right. Again, just turn on your blinker.
That's it.
If you're going to exit the
Put it-
interstate,
put it-
move to the lane closest to the exit, put on your blinker, and take the exit.
Yeah.
Chad, to be fair, you and I do it at about 10 miles an hour in golf carts when we're doing the hospitality thing, right?
Right.
They don't have fucking blinkers. Put your goddamn hand out and indicate which way you're going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that one was going to be a trifecta of wreckers.
Yeah.
I love when we get trifectas of wreckers.
Chris, you up for hackers?
My hackers is the
What the
48.
heck?
I'm coming down pit road with the 48, and he runs slam over the 54. Like, what is he trying to do?
Oh,
Like, what are we doing? I mean, he runs him slap over.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's not, and that's not the first time those two guys have run into each other on pit road.
I was getting
right?
ready to say that. Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. They have a
it's like-
history.
yeah. They just find each other.
Yeah.
Rick?
Yeah, this won't be popular.
We got some helicopters. Got some black helicopters.
Listen, I'm on the radio. I'm listening. I'm watching. Let me take you guys back. End of stage 2. Okay?
Okay.
Chris, this is about you. Kyle Larson winning the race. And as we talked about, led 129 laps. Old boy in the 9, he's down a lap because he had an uncontrolled tire.
Uncontrolled tire.
MRN, or actually, I think it was PRN, but whatever. They both do a great job. Let's go with PRN, Performance Racing Network. Look at this. Kyle Larson closing in on Michael McDowell. 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go. Chase Elliott, currently the first car up to receive the free pass. Larson, here he comes. 1 lap to go. Larson dives in on turn 3. Just stop. Just fucking quit it. Okay, we talked about this earlier with the
Team
can you
help.
give points? Can you do team orders? I wish I had a gavel. There's no fucking way. Got that? That Kyle Larson is putting Michael McDowell down a lap in that situation and taking the lucky dog free pass, call it whatever you want, away from Chase Elliott. Those black helicopters are in the air for a reason. It's fact. I said it. I believe it. And that settles it.
Yeah, that was a big thing. The 9 had to
Come
follow
on,
him.
man.
Wherever he went, he went.
Come on.
Listen, man.
Oh, he's diving to the inside of turn 3 and 4. He's closing on Michael McDowell. Get out of here.
I love that.
He ran out of time.
Just get out of
He
here.
didn't have
with
any
that.
goodie left. He didn't
Just
have any
get
goodie
out
left.
of here.
Come on.
Chris,
he didn't have any
Come
goodie
on,
left.
Hendrick.
Chris, I love that every
He
time.
can't even, Chad, he can't even keep a straight face right now.
Listen, he ran in there too deep and he was washed up. He didn't want to wreck him.
He got arrow blocked.
He got arrow blocked.
I just
Like,
love
that was
it.
a good driver.
I just love that every time Rick gets animated about something this week, his camera zooms in on his face and it's
Yeah, I don't know what that's doing. Make it stop.
anyways. All right. My heckers was lap 72. Ryan Blaney blows a front tire, smacks the wall. Day is
Yeah,
done.
that was tough.
Negative 31 points to the cut line
Terrible.
for the guy that we had winning the championship, Ricky. Obviously, he can still do it. He's won Talladega,
Yeah.
the fall race twice.
Yeah.
He's won Martinsville twice in the fall race. But it's going to be a tough road. So, anyways, let's do some call your shot.
Call your shot.
We really have to call a shot this week.
Hey, how about this? Chris Justice coming home. He won this week and call your shot. The tides have turned. Chris,
Listen,
you
I finally
are
made it. I finally made it to the top of the board.
What's up, Deacon?
come on.
Man, had a good qualifying run there. to the top. I don't know. This is tough. Did we get like, I mean, we're going to a place where,
Yeah, we should get to pick like 3.
I mean, yeah.
Let's
I'm gonna
not
go.
change it. Just pick one.
All right, we're gonna pick one.
I got to
All
make
right.
the graphics for all this.
Don't ruin my podcast.
No, we'll pick one. We'll pick
I got to
one.
make graphics for all
We'll
this.
pick
I don't
one.
want to
I'm gonna go with my Daytona 500 winner, Willie B. He's gonna bail himself out of the minus 15. Willie B.
He's gonna all the super speedways this year. Ricky, you're up next.
Chad, who's fastest on well, they're not restrictor plate tracks. They're called spacer. The spacer plate tracks. Who's fastest? What brand?
Ford.
Thank you. So now we just got to pick a Ford, right, Chad? So you and I will both
my
pick
mentality.
Fords. Yeah, and we'll let the Supreme Court, honorable Supreme Court justice, ride with a Chevrolet. Now the question is, what Ford? All right, well, let me start looking at some Fords. All right, we've got Logano. He
tough.
needs to advance.
He's
right?
tough too.
Cindric, not in the playoffs. Penske will relegate him to being a helper. Blaney, who we just mentioned, blew a tire. He needs to move on. And then we can get down to the Roush Fenway cars or our car, but at the end of the day, those playoff cars are out. I think Chad and I are picking 2 Fords. Which one do you want, Chad? I will acquiesce to you because I love you so much as the host of this show. And I always do this in this part. Who do you want?
I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to take Brad Keselowski.
Oh, you're killing me. What are you doing?
I think Brad gives no craps. I think Brad is looking for an RFK win. They're winless on the year. He doesn't care.
This is like when Justice picked Bowman and Priest. What are you doing?
Okay. Priest who finished second there earlier this year.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Are you done? You're taking Brad?
Yeah, you taking Blaney?
I'm taking Blaney and Logano. I'm taking both cars and I'm splitting it. No, I know. I'm changing the rules. I'm taking 12 and 22. One of those Fords is winning, and you're going to see it happen. Which one do you want to give me credit for? I'll let you choose my car.
I don't care. Just pick one. I have to make the graphics for it.
Make the graphic. Choose my car.
I don't care.
There you have it.
Choose it's been ruled.
I mean, do I got to? If I got to
22,
I would prefer it to be the 12.
All right. Okay, 12 it is.
I have the 12, and I have the 22. So there we go.
Well,
what
12
a
is the graphic. 12 is the graphic.
What a mistake. I pave runways for you all, and you go and crash in farm fields. I just don't understand it.
No, I gotta
make this camera stop doing this focus thing. It's making me crazy now.
I understand your logic. I don't necessarily disagree with your logic.
Okay.
But I also this, for whatever reason, feels like, and I could be wrong, I've been wrong lots. It feels like something is just off a bit with the Penske cars right now. I don't know why.
Tell you what, $20.
No, I'm not betting.
No. You haven't heard.
I don't care. I'm not betting you money. Again.
All right, Chris, here was what I was going to bet him. He doesn't care.
What we
doesn't care. $20.
Yeah.
He has Brad Keselowski. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's his pick.
Mm-hmm.
He pays me $20 if Brad Keselowski doesn't win. Right?
Okay.
$20 is what he's out. His win potential is 10-1. I pay him 200.
Ooh.
But no, you don't want the bet. We're done.
No, I don't want the bet.
Move on with the show. With the show.
All right. Speaking of Talladega,
$20 for 200. Moving on.
Rick, what's happening at Talladega?
A lot of wrecking, the big one, and Blaney or Logano winning. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I believe we are going to be on the NASCAR fan experience stage on Sunday, Cup Day. Mark it down, circle it, I think it's the 19th. I know it's the 19th. I think it's 9 a.m. I know it's 9 a.m. This is where Chris Justice says we can't go out partying on the boulevard the night before.
I
Listen.
didn't say no partying. I said no all-nighters.
Oh, you said all-nighters. Oh, so there's like a curfew.
Yeah.
So if like we
So-
drink till like if
So-
we drink till like 12:30, it's okay.
So
Dude,
he's given his sentence to you, Rick. You just have to commute the sentence.
So with number Juan tequila in hand
Yeah.
and support from my best new buddy Alex Raimundo, I promise you that letting us up on that NASCAR fan experience stage for our second, so we've had some practice, live podcast with Noah Gregson is going to be a showstopper.
Outstanding.
Please come join us. Find your way there, 9 a.m. Sunday Cup Day, the 19th. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of that first podcast, if you haven't got a chance to check out the first live podcast we did with Carrie Earnhardt at Old Armor Beer Company, do yourself a favor and check that out. Not even for us, for you. Just the openness and the transparency and the just the vulnerability that he was willing to show in that talk with us was just absolutely incredible. So go check that out. This week's guest episode, as Rick has now led us into, is Alex Raimundo, comedian and co-owner of Number One Tequila. He co-owns that brand with.
Let that slip. Sorry.
It's all good. With he co-owns that brand with Ron White, and we're gonna get into all that stuff on the guest episode. You'll hear that the day after you hear this one. And the best way to stay up to date on all that is what, Chris?
Smash that like button and that subscribe button. Smash it. You got to smash it. Put the notifications on so when super fan hits that go button and the new episode drops, you
find
hear
us
that
on the
ding.
socials.
That's right. On the socials. On the socials.
Insta and
IG and
YouTube.
Yes.
Facebook, TikTok.
Facebook. I forgot about that one. That's still around.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're on TikTok.
Yeah,
I thought that was all videos and stuff.
it is. We do video content we're making video content right now. I clip it up.
Killer.
I clip it up. I put out content all
Clip it
week
up
long.
and put it on the IG and the TikTok and the Insta. I love this.
Super fan is our guy.
Oh my God, this is exciting.
Yes.
If he would ever, I loved how
Just
you'll hear
stop.
this in our guest episode. Alex says he tapes every one of his shows to go back and watch them to see how he can improve. This is what I try to tell Ricky all the.
Yeah, he
he's
said
like, I'm
tape.
here. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, it's been another edition. It's been an edition.
Yes, good one.
Yeah, it's 13 minutes past midnight. So
yes. All
it's a
right.
good
Thanks for
effort
hanging with
given.
us on Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers.
What the Heckers.
We'll see you on Dega.
see ya.
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste.